Now it's time to put on the lever and all the other parts that go with it. First step is I want to glue this onto that. Okay, so we just simply take our glue that we have here. You can put on the dial, you can put it here, it doesn't matter. But we need that to not come off. Good. Doesn't matter how it goes. I mean, it can be twisted in any way, and just push on it a little bit until it sticks. Very good. Now, I really don't want glue inside of there. Take your stick and rub that around, because this dial needs to spin freely on this post, but I'm going to attach it to the ring around the outside. That's the trick, is don't get glue on the post. It needs to be able to spin. And if it's a little bit tight, go ahead and work it a little bit. That's not unusual to have it a little bit on the tight side at first, but it'll kind of wear in over time. Now to put this on, we're going to let that dry for a minute. This, as you can see, has the same kind of cutout with a little notch. So it only goes on one way. That's how it goes. So what we need to do, a little bit of glue really won't hold it. We need to put a screw up underneath. So I take it off, and the screw is going to go this way. We use the exact same screw drill bit, and we're going to drill into that post. And you're guessing on this one, and that's fine. Right there. Don't want the head to stick out at all. And that's going to go on just like that. So I simply put it on, lay it flat, so that's all the way down. And make sure that's good. And then we use the exact same screws that we have been and stick one in. Now the lever's on. Okay? So that's ready. I just haven't dialed in the combination, which is why it's not working. Now what we're going to do, this needs to be glued onto that ring, but I need a little more assurance that it's never going to slip off of this ring, or else I've lost the ability to open the door. So what we're going to do is take a nail, just a little metal rod, and I just use a nail, and that we're going to drill a little hole in there. The nail, half of the nail will stick out, and we're going to drill a corresponding hole here so that we have a rod between the two. So we'll always be turning the outside. So ask me, and I will give you the proper size drill bit. It's just a little bit bigger than that nail. And drill in, I don't know, about half the distance of the nail, not quite a half an inch. And this is arbitrary. It could be a little more, and that's okay. And there we go. And we can check it. So it should stick out, I don't know, not quite a half an inch. That's fine. And I also want to cut off the head of the nail. There we go. That comes right off. Now I need to do the exact same thing, but I need the hole in the right place. So you remember that ring that we had when we cut out we didn't use? We're going to put that on there and get it. I just use my finger and center it on that post. It's about as close as I'm going to get it. Draw a little circle right there, and that's where the other hole has to go. It could go anywhere on here. Again, this is another variation on your combination, so it'll be stuck anywhere. All right, and in here, you can drill into your knob here, and that's okay. But get it as close as you can. That should be pretty good. And then check it. If it doesn't line up, it's as simple as I need to make the hole a little bit bigger. So we'll just stick it on there, and I can see from my angle. There we go. And that seems to line up just fine. I can turn it a little stiff, but again, that's normal. Good, that works just fine. I'm not going to worry about gluing the rod in because it won't go anywhere. There's nowhere for it to go. But I do need to glue around here so it sticks here, and no glue on my post. So let's grab a little bit more glue. There we go. And carefully put it around the outside of this. Then I just use my finger, kind of flatten that out a little bit so I don't get so much glue. There we go. And then put that back on there, and I'm kind of pushing from the other side. And then push that on. And I like to twist it. I like to constantly twist. So if any glue did get on the post, it's continuously moving. It's not going to set. And it shouldn't take more than just a few minutes, maybe even 30 seconds just for it to do that. If you end up with a touch of glue, go ahead and just force it. That metal rod is there for a reason, so it would let go of the post before it lets go of the ring that you're supposed to be turning. And now, everything works just fine. Now, the last part before I can get your combination is I need to identify where the reference point is around the dial. Most of the time, people just put it up here right underneath so it's vertical, and that's what I'm going to do. You can put it here, down there, over there, wherever your mark is. That will, again, be another difference of combination for anybody else. If I stick it here, my combination will be different than if I put it here. So I simply am going to use that same bit that I had before, and I'm going to just eyeball it. Carefully be as centered on that post as I can. And drill in just a hair. There, now I've got a reference point. That's all I need. Now I can figure out my combination.